Ronald Green's family tells me he was murdered by a group of state troopers who were intent on taking his life. Authorities say their investigation is still open 2 years after it all unfolded. You'll see that video here. But first, a warning, it's graphic and difficult to watch.
The brutal 2019 arrest and subsequent death of Ronald Green was captured on body camera.
I'm scared. I'm just scared.
In video obtained, released, and edited by the Associated Press, Louisiana state troopers pull the 49-year-old black man from his car after a dangerous, high-speed pursuit.
Taser.
Green is tased multiple times, but much of what happened is off camera.
I am sorry.
During the graphic and disturbing video, Green is repeatedly punched, put in a chokehold, and dragged through the dirt. Green's family attorney sharing audio of what he says is one officer describing the violent arrest. That officer later died in a single car crash hours after learning he would be fired for his role in the incident. State police offering no comment on the audio.
I had to see my son take his last breath. I had to see what they did to him.
Green's mother says after her son was shackled, he was left to die as officers washed their bloodied hands.
Oh, this guy ain't got f***ing AIDS.
I saw it the first time and I said, this is premeditated murder.
Green's family says Louisiana state troopers tried to cover up the beating outside Monroe, first saying he died on impact from the car crash, but never mentioned the beating.
Video is probably one of the most disturbing videos that I've seen of police brutality. It invokes the image of what you might imagine slave catchers look when hunting down a runaway slave.
This morning, the LSP says their investigation remains under review, while a civil rights investigation is also underway.
Some of the officers involved in this incident remain on the job as Louisiana state troopers. One of them has been charged with excessive force in a separate case and remains on administrative leave.
Friday, they released some official footage. I'm gonna have to do this in a couple of videos, but I want you to see this right now. All right, I'll be right back.
We may be 10-2, I don't know.
Why is that?
Well, this guy was drunk, and I think he was wet.
Yeah.
And I beat the ever-living fuck out of him, choked him and everything else trying to get him under control. And we finally got him in handcuffs when a third man got there. And the son of a bitch was still fighting, and we were still wrestling with him, trying to hold him down because he was spitting blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he just went limp.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought he was dead. We set him up real quick. He's on the ambulance en route to Glenwood, and I'm hauling ass trying to catch.
You think y'all got no body cam? So that was Trooper Hollingsworth. They were talking about Green. And yeah, you saw it right. You forgot his camera was on.
Throughout the United States, that once there's a struggle of this nature, the individual's handcuffed, that you need to push him off onto his side or get him in a sitting position so you can allow that breathing to be unimpeded by his own body weight.
This guy ain't got f***ing AIDS.
And that didn't happen for at least, based on my calculation, 9 minutes, where Mr. Green was left alone. And then when he wasn't left alone and he tried to get over onto his side, another trooper pushed him down using his foot against the lower back and buttocks of Mr. Green. And I didn't understand that. There was absolutely no reason for that. Under no circumstances should Mr. Green have been drugged by his ankle shackles. That was malicious, sadistic, completely unnecessary. And the officer that did it's going to have to be held accountable.
Another case involving the tragic death of an apparently unarmed black man at the hands of police. Warning, what you're about to see is very disturbing.
I'm scared. I'm your brother. I'm scared.
This morning, Louisiana state troopers under intense scrutiny over a 2019 traffic incident that they claim resulted in a high-speed chase. Ronald Green here pleading with troopers in video from police body camera footage obtained by the Associated Press. Green, only 49, died that night. Questions are mounting about whether his case involved excessive force.
Get out. I'm scared. Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. I am sorry.
In clips of a 46-minute video, police seen tasing him, punching him, and at one point dragging him by his shackled feet when he's already handcuffed. The Green family has been demanding justice.
Louisiana State Police told Mr. Green's family that he died when he crashed his car during a chase. Troopers said they tried to pull him over for some sort of unspecified traffic violation shortly after midnight, about 30 miles south of the Arkansas state line outside Monroe. They said he died on impact when he crashed into a tree. It took the ER doctor pointing out the freaking taser prongs still hanging out of his back. It took Mr. Green's family filing a wrongful death suit for police to admit that, yes, okay, something else might have happened. No, they can't come up with an explanation for how the tree fired those taser prongs into him. Police released a one-page new report with a new explanation that said, quote, Green was taken into custody after resisting arrest and a struggle with troopers. And then, inexplicably, he became, quote, unresponsive. He became unresponsive and died on his way to the hospital. The report did not describe any use of force by the troopers.